Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of One Man Stream. In our last tutorial we started a new baseball project for 2026. And what I wanted to do today is just show you how quickly you're going to be able to change information by using the spreadsheet set that's going to come with that bundle. Now what you see here right now, it's kind of cluttered. We have the visiting defensive position and we have the visiting starting lineup. The reason I have this up here is I just wanted to show you that both of these have dummy information, and I want to show you how easy it's going to be to change that dummy information. And this right here is actually the main spreadsheet set. We have the visiting information, we have the home information that we've already populated, then we have the visiting graphics with the dummy information, and then we have the home graphic with the information that we brought in from this home page right here. All this information right here is populated within all this information on this page. This is where the starting lineup graphic comes from, and all these are drop-down menus, and this is where the defensive field position graphic information comes from, and these are all drop-down menus. When you make your selections here, it populates this information right here, and this is what's put into the graphic for the defensive positions. And this information right here is what's put in the graphic for the starting lineup. So what I wanted to show you is we're going to go to the visiting page. And what I did is I went to Murray State's landing page for their baseball program. And I clicked right on here where it shows the printer insignia. And then all I did is I highlighted it like this, and I right-clicked and copied. And then after I did that, I came over to a blank sheet that I had made, and let me go ahead and just take all this information out real quick. So let's go ahead and get rid of all of it. And then what I did is I came over here and selected this block, right-clicked and pasted, and you can see where it brought all that information in. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shrink it down so that I can easily cut and paste the information that I want. So over here on the visiting page, you can see where it says visiting page. I'm going to get rid of all the players, and I'm going to click there, and I'm going to click here, and then I'm going to click on the delete button. Then I'm going to come to this block right here that says Sloan Barrett, and I'm going to go down to the last player, and I'm going to right click and copy. Then I'm going to come back over here where it says player, right click and paste. Okay. I'm going to do the same thing for position. Let's go ahead and get rid of these positions. I'm going to select the first box. I'm going to select this last box here. Click the delete button again. Come over here to positions. Select the first one. Hold down my shift key. Scroll down to the bottom of my selections. Click on that. Right click. Copy. Come back over here under position. Right click and paste. See, it brought in all the positions. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, or I'm going to get rid of the numbers first. Click the first one, click the last one, hit the delete key, come over here to the first number, scroll down to my last selection I have here, right click, copy, come over here to the numbers, select the first one, right click and paste. It brings in my numbers. And then the last thing I'm going to do is the class or year. So I'm going to select the first one in this row, the last one in the row, click the delete button again. Then I'm going to come over here and select the first class, which is junior, slide down to the bottom, select the last one, which is a graduate student, copy, come over here and click paste. So now I have all that information in. So let's go ahead and maximize this now. And we're going to click save. All right. Now let's go over here to the visiting graphic, and you can see where all that information now says non-applicable because we've imported a lot of new information. So now I'm going to go back to the Murray State graphic, and I'm going to go to stats. I'm going to click on baseball stats, and then I'm going to click on game by game. And let's just go to this game right here with Butler, just so we can figure us out a starting lineup. And all I did is I went into the drop-down menus here and I chose the individual players for the individual positions. And then after I did that, I click save. And now let's go back to those graphics that we were looking at earlier. So let's bring our field back in. Let's bring in our starting lineup graphic for the visiting team. And you can see now where it has all the information. These last two things are not populated correctly for Hokanson and Shuddy. I can easily fix that. Okay, now everything's formatted correctly. So now you can see by just putting that information in our spreadsheet, we bring all this into our graphic, and that's our starting lineup graphic. So we'll send that away, and then we'll bring in our visiting team defensive position graphic. And you can see where we have the correct player in the correct position. You can also see that where the average or ERA is, that's just default information. That is not correct information, and we'll have to go in and add that to the average/ERA column. On the home team, I was able to put that information in. And you can see where that information is reflected correctly. For position players, we have their batting average. For the pitcher, we have their ERA. And just to give you a quick view of what our vMix UTC layout is going to look like, this will bring in the score bug. And then this will bring in the batter-pitcher portion of the score bug. We can take that away. Then this will bring in the visiting starting lineup, the home starting lineup, the visitor defensive positions, the home defensive positions, our inning by inning graphic we created, and the information for each of the individual innings is put in these areas right here that are clearly marked. And then we have a clear all overlays button, which is right here. The last thing that I wanted to show you has to do with the lower third for the position players and for the pitchers. Okay, we have a player graphic and a pitcher graphic for each team. You can see right here, this is the pitcher graphic because you can see where it says ERA. For the pitchers, it shows an ERA right here. For the position players, it's going to show average. So let's go to a position player, and then let's fire off that graphic. And you can now see where it has, instead of ERA here, for the position players, it's showing average. So that's pretty much all I wanted to show you today. In our next tutorial, we're going to go in depth on how to create this spreadsheet right here. And I will make the spreadsheet available at the website at that time. And then after that, I'm going to show you how we created this vMix UTC controller. And I'll go and show you behind the scenes on every one of the buttons so you can actually see how every one of these are set up. So I look forward to bringing you those tutorials. As always, thank you so much for tuning in to One Man Stream. If you like what we're doing here, give us a thumbs up and a like. Make sure you do subscribe so that you'll be alerted as soon as new videos are posted. And as always, thank you so much.